I'm going to go back to the software example because really, I would say maybe in the beginning when I was still getting my hands around this, I might initially think, yeah, that software company, they didn't miss a beat, so they weren't impacted. But what you have to remember here, fellow business owners here, is that how was that software company, though, not impacted? I mean, they had to, and this isn't me coming up with reasons. There's no smirking involved here. This isn't trying to convince anybody. But the only reason they didn't miss a beat is that they had to do a big pivot. And because of technology and being able to have a business that they could still, in essence, work from other locations or at home and then having laptops, this wouldn't even require that they bought new laptops. It wouldn't even matter that, well, once a week the employee was already working at home. That business was impacted. I mean, if we weren't talking about the IRS and we were just saying, hey, was that business impacted at all? Well, we would all say yes. I mean, that business was impacted if they no longer are able to gather at the office, right? That affects the meetings just because we can now do Zoom. So that's where it's very easy, unfortunately, for my profession as CPAs and EAs and tax professionals to kind of almost take a sarcastic approach towards this. And I don't mean that to be callous, but it does make me a little irritated that we take this like, oh, well, you were fine. Okay, well, this isn't back in the 50s where you scraped up your knees on the bicycle, and even though you're clearly bleeding and you're hurt and you got scraped up knees as you're walking into the house and you're getting cleaned up, what did they say back in the 50s? Oh, you're fine, just suck it up. We're going to put a little dirt on it and you get back out there. That's not what this is, y'all. I mean, this is very much, how is that software company not impacted? The restaurant that pivot and they said, oh, we'll do takeout or we'll now sit outside. I mean, how is it not impacted? So I'd look at it as this. If it wasn't for the pandemic, would you have done what you did, software company, right, in that example? No. If there was not a pandemic, we wouldn't have all been working at home. Well, then how were you not affected? Meaning you were.